Hello YouTube, we're size 17 here, but you can just call me Travis, and I am back for another video. This one a little different. It's my my top 10 albums to listen to while driving in the sun. It's kind of a, I guess, a misnomer because I'm not really into driving, but like probably many of you, I have to commute, and listening to some good music to and from work really helps. Help the commute a little more bearable. So I thought, it's kind of that'd be coolest to do, and specifically in the sun, because probably like a lot of you, probably not everyone, but a lot of you, I let the weather and the seasons dictate my genre of choice. Not necessarily strictly, but certainly it's a significant factor. A lot more black metal in the fall, winter, that kind of thing. And yeah, so when it comes to when the sun starts coming out, not necessarily into it being hot, but when the sun starts coming out, I really start listening to heavy metal and stuff like that, and roll down the windows and just enjoy the tunes. And so yeah, I thought that'd be a coolest to do. Actually, it was suggested to me by my wife, and I was like, yeah, that's a good list. That's a good list. And it actually had just recently one of the artists that'll make this list. I was like, yeah, the weather's starting to get a little bit nicer. I haven't bought out by this artist in a while. I'm gonna pick up another one. And so yeah, so when she suggested this list to me, I was like, yes, that is a good list. So yeah, top 10. These aren't in any particular order. They're just alphabetical, actually. I guess they are in order, alphabetically. So yeah, let's just do it. And we are listening to. I mentioned them in my previous collection update. This is the last actually album from 2015 from Night Demon, Curse of the Damned. This one is super rad. So if you like what you hear, check them out because this stuff's good. And check out the new album too, Darkness Remains. Super good. Super good. Alright, so first up, I actually played this album in the background of one of my videos. I can't remember which one it was now, maybe collection update number 2. I don't know, it doesn't matter. This is Axxion with Wild Racer. Whew! This album is just like full throttle the whole time. Because actually, I should really say that there's some main criteria that all of these hit. And I would say 4. And one of the criteria is, and this one just affects all the other 3, is that most of the songs on the album fit every single one of these criteria, or at least the first 2. Alright. Those 3 criteria are: A, killer riffs, just like riffs, just constantly riffs, just like riffs. I mean, this is pretty much a primer for generally what I like about music and metal particularly, but yeah, riffs, just like if your riffs are just ripping, then yeah, that's you're checking the first box. Second box, and this is sort of related to the first one, solos, just like soaring, ripping, shredding, however you solo, but you're doing it awesome. And obviously those two coupled together form a good pairing. And then the third thing is, and this isn't necessarily as important as those two, but it can help, and that is some good, fun vocals, particularly if I enjoy singing along with them. And that especially means high pitch, because man, I love singing high pitch with music. It's fun, but even if it's not, I enjoy it all. It really, they don't even have to even be good singers, just enthusiastic. I mean, let's compare it to like a different genre, but like Corathon. You listen to Road to Acid Bay, you think you're like, oh, Corathon's a good singer. Now, the dude can't really sing that well, but dude's like giving it his all, and you kind of just, it doesn't even bother you. It sounds good. Anyway, so the vocals don't have to necessarily be good, but they have to be energetic and enthusiastic. And I mean, yeah, the vocals generally isn't something that I necessarily have to like, but he just has to at least not be bad, or not, you know, distract or kill. Anyway, I rambled enough. Let's go back to my number one. Actions, Wild Racer. Just riffs constantly, like I said. Solos, like I said, constantly. Vocals, perfect. Super high pitched, energetic, just wails. Every song on this album just shreds. In fact, this album's so good that sometimes I feel that Fireheart and Still Hungry aren't good. Those songs are still killer. It's just all the other ones are so good. Yeah, Wild Racer, High Bars, On the Edge, Night Stalker, they're all good. Listen to this album. If you like heavy metal, traditional heavy metal, I guess this is like new wave of traditional heavy metal, check this album out. It is so good. But yeah, this one, I love listening. This is definitely one of the tops when it comes to listening to this. You know, driving on the freeway, I guess, you know, bumper to bumper, whatever, but music blaring, just like riffs and solos just like coming at me, just, yeah. Alright, the next one up, this actually is the artist that I was talking about that I was like, oh, I haven't purchased anything by him in a while, I just need to pick up another one to fill in the blanks, as it were, and this is Meola. This is a jazz fusion guitarist, I guess. I'm not, you know, very versed in jazz at all, but he's labeled as jazz fusion, so that's what I'm going to call him here. This is his, I think it's his second record. This is Casino, and this is probably my favorite. When I was introduced to this, he's, oh, by the way, he's, you know, pretty much just like his guitar, like, you know, like, there's not even vocals on this. It's just guitar, and I guess he sort of has like a Latin flair to his jazz fusion. I don't know. I'm not versed enough in these genres to have a smart thing to say about it, but yeah. So yeah, jazz fusion with a little Latin. I don't know. Meola, Casino. But yeah, the first time one of my friends put this on, I was like, what is this? And it was actually this album, Egyptian Dancer, the first track on this album. I was like, whew, this guy can freaking play. And yeah, I was immediately sold, picked up a bunch of his albums, but yeah, just this album just sounds really smooth. You put this on super loud, it doesn't even matter, because it's just like, ooh, he's just playing. Yeah, this one's good. This is good. Check out Meola if you're into, you know, just guitar player stuff with no vocals, you know, Satriani or whatever. Obviously, not like Satriani at all in terms of style, but in terms of being awesome at guitar. So yeah, Meola. This album is Casino. Next up is actually, you know, my favorite band of all time, Iron Maiden. I don't know if I've said that in the video yet, but Iron Maiden is my favorite band, and obviously they were going to make this list. I did limit myself to only one album per artist, because otherwise Iron Maiden probably would have been like half of these. So I had to be a little fair, and I had to cut it down to one, and even then I cheated. But the album I went with is my favorite by Iron Maiden. This is Powerslave. This is the second once, no, it's a third after Bruce joined, because actually this one came out beforehand. But yeah, this one is super good. Every single song on this album is awesome. Even the Back in the Village, which I feel like is a song people don't like as much by Maiden, I like that one too. But Ramble in the Ancient Manor, favorite song by the band. That's the only drawback of this album in terms of the topic at hand is like the little quiet section in the Rhyme of the Ancient Manor, which it doesn't matter because once it comes back, it just starts smashing. So no fault. This album shreds. You've all listened to it. If you haven't and you like heavy metal, check it out. It's good. Iron Maiden. Solos, riffs. Obviously, it's got the vocals. It's got everything. Love this album. Easily one of my favorites to listen to on the drive home. No question. And then I wanted to cheat a little bit more because I couldn't just show one Maiden album. So I came back with my next two, and that's these aren't necessarily my next two favorites, but they are the next two in terms of this topic. Somewhere in Time. This one's got, I mean, Wasted Years, that stuff loud just kills. Alexander the Great, don't even talk about it. And then we got Fear of the Dark, which actually I feel like people don't like as much. It's got Yannick Gears on the guitars now. But yeah, for some reason this one just like speaks to me when it comes to playing loud on the drive home. I mean, Chains of Misery, Judas Be My Guy, Weekend Warrior, Be Quick or Be Dead. All of these songs. Maiden. Could have shown like every record except for the Blaze Bayley stuff. Not into the Blaze Bayley. I can't do it. The vocals. That's an example of the vocals killing it. I want to like those albums, but I just can't listen to them. This next one, if you're kind of catching a grasp of the kind of stuff I'm going to be showing, will not be a surprise. Painkiller by Judas Priest. This one, as you know, just shreds constantly. Painkiller, Hell Patrol, All Guns Blazing, Leather Rebel, Metal Meltdown, Nightcrawler. I mean, it just never stops. It just never stops. And obviously, just like riffs and solos, and obviously Halford's vocals are just ripping too. Wow, this one is good. This one is good. But you all know that. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. All right, this next one. I think people know this band, but if you don't, you need to get on the bus because these guys are all so awesome. This is Loudness, a Japanese heavy metal band. This is their album Thunder in the East. I think this is probably maybe their most popular album. It's got songs like Hell, The Lights Are Down, Crazy Nights, Heavy Chains, Run for Your Life. I mean, just awesome. Again, riffs, solos, vocals. Akira Takasaki on the guitar is just amazing. This is from the 80s, like 85 or something like that. Yeah, again, fits all the boxes. It's just, yeah, I love listening. And in fact, I gotta say, the opening track, Crazy Nights, that song just sounds really good in the car. Really good. And I think part of what makes this album so good is the guitar tone just like sounds just like, yeah, I don't know. Good record. This next one, sort of similar to the Meola in terms of the focus, but this one has vocals, so it's a little different. Yngwie Malmsteen's Rising Force, and yeah, this is Odyssey. I think it's his his third? No, it's his fourth album. And yeah, it's got my favorite song by him, which is Right in the Dungeons. Man, I love singing that song. It is so good. But we got other good stuff. Rising Force, Deja Vu, Crystal Ball, Faster Than the Speed of Light. Just so good. Jolyn Turner on the vocals. Kind of yeah, good. I don't know if you like Yngwie. Some is what I like. I think the first four are classics for him, but this is probably my favorite to listen to for this topic. I don't know if it's my favorite by him. I'm not going to decide that right now, but yeah, this one's good. This one is another classic that is not going to be a surprise to anyone probably, and that is Mercyful Fate's Don't Break the Oath. Yes, King Diamond rules. I love those vocals. They are fun to sing along with. Night of the Unborn. That is probably, if I had to say top 5 favorite songs to sing along with. Night of the Unborn. But obviously Dangerous Meaning is great. Welcome Princess of Hell. Gypsy. Welcome to the Sabbath. This album is also, this is an all-time favorite album. So this is no surprise. But yeah, this one fits all the boxes. Riffs, solos, vocals. Awesome. Awesome record. This next one, maybe surprise, probably not though. Under Jolly Roger by Running Wild. Just a good heavy metal band from Germany. What's his name? Rolf Kasparek is the main guy in this band. yeah, Under Jolly Roger, Raw Ride, Diamonds in the Black Chest, Beggar's Night. I love that solo. Just shreds. Whenever that solo comes on in the car, I freaking lose it. But yeah, this album is solid from top to bottom. Probably my favorite by them. Maybe Port Royal, but probably this one. I kind of wanted to. Yeah, nah. Let's just move on. Under Jolly Roger, Running Wild, good stuff. This next one I feel like is a band that if people know them, they tend to not like them. And I think that's the association of their guitarist, Alexi Laiho, who people probably know from Children of Bodom. But this is his power metal band, Sinergy, with his... they were married, I don't know what they're... I think they're divorced now, it doesn't matter. But with Kimberly Goss on vocals, it's got Charlie D'Angelo on bass, who's in like every band that's ever existed. And then, I don't know, I can't remember who was on the drums, like some guy, I don't remember, it doesn't matter. But yeah, again, riffs and solos. And if you know Alexi, you know the guy can play guitar. So, riffs and solos, riffs and solos. And I personally like the vocals on this album. The only dud, laid to rest right in the middle of the album, kind of is a killer. But you know what? The rest of the album's so good I can just easily skip that one. And then the other one, Wake Up in Hell, is at the end. So I'm not really worried about that fact that one's no good either. But man, all the ones in between, awesome. Gallimere, get out of here with that solo. Yeah, so yeah, if you're into Children of Bodom, if you like Alexi Laiho guitar playing, and you're not familiar with this band, check it out. All three of their albums are awesome, but this was my favorite of the three. Back to Hell and Back. I don't know if I said that. To Hell and Back, and if I might have said it wrong even. But yeah, Synergy, To Hell and Back. This one's good. Right, this is my last one. This is a German heavy metal band, new wave of traditional heavy metal band. This album is probably one of my all-time favorite albums now, along with Axxion. This is Rise and Ride by Stallion. This came out in like 2014, I want to say, but yeah, this album rules. Man, this is about as good as the Wild Racer Action album. Wild Stallions, Streets of Sin, that song rules. Canadian Steel, The Right One, The Devil Never Sleeps, Wooden Horse. Yeah, get out of here. Riffs.Solos.Vocals. This is another one I love singing along to with. Super good. Actually, just because of making this list, I sort of was reminded that I didn't have their earlier stuff because they were vinyl-only releases. Well, no issue anymore. So I ordered that shit immediately. So that'll be on the way. I'm excited to actually hear that stuff because it's actually stuff I never listened to because I'm dumb. But yeah, Rise and Ride, Stallion. If you haven't listened to this before and you're into this kind of music, listen to this immediately. This stuff's good. Love it a lot. So yeah, it kind of just blazed through, but I thought it'd be kind of a fun topic to just kind of throw out some records that maybe people don't know, and kind of rep some records that everyone knows that should get reps because no one talks about them. But yeah, that's all I got for this one. I'll probably be doing a collection update this weekend, so I'll see you soon. Otherwise, have a good day.